Live from the banks of the Ohio, we welcome you to Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati. Opening day is here as we get the new season underway with a good matchup between the Philadelphia Phillies and the Cincinnati Reds. Hi again, everybody. It's finally here. Welcome to our special opening day edition of Baseball on the Show. I'm joined by Eric Karros and Steve Lyons. And Steve, as we get set to get things going, it's the pitching that has to be considered one of the strong points on this ball club.
Yeah, and pitching is going to be important for these guys. No question about it. They're only going to go as far as this group right here is going to take them. And to me, it looks like a staff that's capable of getting the job done.
The game's count starting now. It's opening day. It's the show. And it's coming up next. The crowd is ready to erupt as their guys get set to take the field. Let's join public address announcer Mike Carlucci. John Briggs makes his way to the plate, and we are ready for some daytime baseball.
Number 12.
And spring training is officially behind us now as the first pitch of the season is looked at for ball one.
First pitch, 4-10.
There's a belt-high strike to even the count at 1-1. Our temperature, not quite 60 degrees, 59 here at game time this afternoon. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Very weakly on the ground. That winds up foul for the second strike. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. And he misses this one inside, and that'll run things full 3-2.
Well, he watched that one all the way in, and it looked like he almost gave up on it. He's pretty lucky that wasn't called strike 3.
And that misses ball 4. So a good battle to begin the ball game today, but the leadoff man will reach first anyway.
Boy, what a dream start to the ball game. You make that starter out there throw a ton of pitches, and then you still wind up working out the walk.
Cookie Rojas will stand in now following that 7-pitch at bat to begin the ball game.
If he was smart, he would have gotten a pretty good look at all 7 of those pitches from that on-deck circle.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way.
Nope.
Here's a slider to start things out. Looked at for ball 1.
Yeah, he didn't seem to do him any favors with the previous batter, and now here's another call that goes against him on the mound.
One 1-0 pitch on the way. Check to swing there and pops this one up. Perez is under it, no problem. 1 away.
Batting third, right fielder,
Johnny Callison gets his first opportunity now. Runner at first with 1 gone.
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate that the number 2 guy couldn't at least move that leadoff man into scoring position. And that makes it a little tougher on the middle of the order to drive in that early run.
That's yanked into the stands. Strike 1. He's set. Here's the 0-1. That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now. 0-2. Time for a look at our umpires in this one. Behind the plate is James Kingsley.
Yeah, guys, he's a very solid umpire. Well respected for the strike zone he calls and the consistency he brings to the job.
The 0-2 home. Squared that one up just a little late. Runner at first here, 1 man out. Ripped down the first base line, but a foul ball, and the count holds at 0-2. The next 0-2 misses, and that'll move it to 1-2 now.
A good high fastball. Maybe something to try and change the eye level there. And now, I might anticipate another slider down in the zone, maybe even in the dirt.
Oh, and a good curveball that time as it's taken for a called strike 3, and there are 2 away.
That's a sign of a guy who's really learning how to pitch. I mean, look at this location on 1 and 2. No need to try and blow him away with a high fastball. This is right on the outside corner at the knees. No chance to get that one.
Standing in now, Dick Allen, as the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. A runner on first with 2 away. And a strike to even the count. 1-1. Throw over to the bag, and the runner back. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Hit in the air to right center field. This ball is carrying well. Back it goes, and it is out of here. So it's a 2-run shot to right center as the Phillies have taken a 2-0 lead.
And you know, after a month down in spring training, near the end, you start to get a little anxious waiting for the season to get going. I guarantee you, he's been looking forward to this at-bat for about a month now, and he makes the wait worthwhile.
Into the box now, Dick Stewart, as he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. At home run, estimated at 401 feet. And he misses with it, 1-1.
Yeah, looked like he hit the target. That's a tough pitch to lay off, but he made it pan out.
And he lays off for a ball, 2-1. Maybe some big game jitters here in this opening inning.
Well, I don't think anyone's immune to that. I don't care what the name on the back of your jersey is. This is not an ordinary game.
To 2-2 now. 2 out, nobody on. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. But the fighting strike for a pair, both coming on this 2-run home run. Bottom of the first coming up from Great American Ballpark. It's now 2-0 Philly. Time now for a look at the hometown Reds starting lineup card in this one. Steve, what's their focus as they go for their first win?
Oh, you got to chip away. You're down by 2 after the top of the first, and that doesn't guarantee they're not going to score more runs as this game goes along, but find a way to get yourself back in this game.
Chris Short is on the mound for the season opener on the road in this one. EK, what's the word on him?
Well, remember, guys, he had 19 wins last year. One more would have been great. Could have had that magic 20, but still a real effective year. Maybe he'll get 20 this year.
And with a quick breather here, let's take a look at how the Phils will set up on D. It's brought to us by Majestic. Any thoughts, Eric?
Well, guys, remember, this manager has not jumped on board with all the defensive shifts. Still have that old school mentality, plays guys straight up, so we'll see how that impacts this game.
Pete Rose comes to the plate to lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Pete Rose.
Now a fastball to start things out. Didn't miss by a lot, but it's 1-0. On the corner away, a ball and a strike. Missed with the curveball there, and he falls behind a 2-1.
All right, now you've just seen 2 straight breaking pitches miss away. So as a hitter, you're going to eliminate that pitch. No way does he throw it a third time.
Chops it foul at home plate as the count moves to 2-2 now. And that one never threatened the zone. It's gone full now to 3-2. Tommy Harper will be next. And that misses for ball 4. So an early base runner in the bottom half as they're trying to get one or both of those runs right back.
Hey, you know what? That's all right. He gave him a pretty good battle up there, and he never gave in to him. A walk you can work around. A home run, you can't.
Tommy Harper will stand in now following the leadoff walk. And might we see a bunt attempt here in a 2-run ball game?
Every extra run helps. It's a possibility, but I think they'll probably let him take his chances swinging away.
Now we'll snap one off over to the bag, and the runner will get back standing. Chop foul right at home plate at strike 1. Comes set with the 0-1. That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike. Now a snap move over to first, and he's back standing.
Just keeping an eye on him.
This is line to left. In there, a base hit.
Well, if these guys are going to do anything this season, he's going to need to be a big part of that offense. And he comes through big time right here with a base hit in his very first at-bat.
Number 28 will stand in, and his guys have got something cooking now with 2 on and nobody out.
And down by 2, this is a good opportunity to try to put yourselves level.
The fastball here as they'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0.
And one thing you can't do here, you cannot lose him and load the bases. He's still got a couple pitches to play with, but I'd expect this one to be somewhere in the strike zone.
First and second here with nobody out. Started to go around, but it's ruled strike 1 anyway. Three and 1 now. You have to figure that he's really going to need to keep the walks in check if he's going to have success here.
I was thinking the same thing. No free rides. You got to make these guys earn it.
Ready on 3 and 1. Here it comes. That's in there, and it'll run the count to full 3 and 2. EK, where are you going now on 3 and 2?
I still got to work a corner. Not just going to throw it right down the middle and grab a strike. Can't be a giveaway pitch.
And he misses with it, ball 4, so that'll load the bases, and now he's really going to need to get a ground ball.
And this has been the big concern with this guy over the last couple seasons. He's prone to getting hurt by the base on balls. Already, that's 2 walks here in the early going, and that's something that he's going to need to get a handle on pretty quick.
From the stretch, Frank Robinson is at the plate as he watches ball 1.
Well, right here is where you've got to be smart out there. They've got nowhere to put you, so we probably won't be working the corners.
Bases loaded here, nobody out. That's by him for strike one. Down low, 2 balls and a strike.
Well, he's starting to put himself into a no-win situation. Obviously, you don't want to walk home a run, but you can't just throw a cookie in there because he could bring in 4 with one swing.
He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. Chop fouled over towards the coaching box. Has to be thinking strikeout here. And a breaking ball in the dirt that time for a ball.
Well, when you have a guy 2-2, you can throw something out of the zone, try and get him to chase. But when it's that far below the strike zone, it becomes a lot easier to lay off.
Just staying alive, putting together a really good at-bat here. Big pitch early, the 3-2. Still hanging with him. Another good swing to keep it going. And that misses. Ball 4. A run will come in to score.
Boy, talk about a tough start to a ball game. Everything that could go wrong, it has gone wrong here in the first inning. And forcing in a run with a bases-loaded walk just could be the tip of the iceberg.
And obviously looking for the ground ball here as this misses low. It's 1-0.
Well, he's really had to work hard here in this first inning. You got to wonder, how much is that going to take out of him?
In for a strike, it's 1-1.
This is the thing that's so impressive about this guy. He'll show you that good breaking ball, but then he'll run that fastball up the ladder at 92, 93.
Line towards center field. And that's in there. Base hit. 1 run scores. The runner from second crosses the plate. It's a 3-2 ball game.
You think he was looking for a fastball there? I think he was. That's about as hard a hit ball as you're going to see, and he was right on that one.
Tony Perez will step in now with 3 home in the inning and another 2 men out there on base.
This inning's really starting to unravel quickly from a defensive point of view. This is where you need a nice pop-up in a big way. You see here on Show Track, that pitch up and in just ties him in knots. You leave that out over the plate, you'll be in trouble, but if you can locate there, things will be just fine.
Stepping in now, number 9, as he looks at a fastball that misses off the plate for ball 1.
And I think that's been a big part of the problem so far. He just can't locate his fastball, especially in situations where he has to.
Grounded down the third baseline. Scooped up on to first, and there were 2 down.
Batting 8th, the shortstop.
Leo Cardenas stands in. The 8th man to bat in the inning as he'll get a shot now with 2 on and 2 out.
Oh, this has been a very nice inning for them so far, but it still could get better.
And he gets around on the fastball here as this is hit well out toward left field. Johnson is going to have room out there as he puts this away to retire the side. So they pick up 3 runs on only 2 hits in the inning. No errors and 2 left. We'll move to inning number 2 here in Cincinnati. The Reds lead it 3-2. Alex Johnson will step forward to start us out here in the second with his club down a run.
Yeah, and you figured that you'd be in pretty good shape after a 2-run top of the first, but not so.
Sends that one out of play for strike 1. The windup and the 0-1. There's a fastball pretty close that time, but ruled a ball, 1-1. And a slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball.
Here we go again. He's fallen behind already here to start the second. I guess he didn't learn his lesson.
Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Unable to get the bat around in time, and the count evens at 2-2. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. And this misses, so that'll fill the count at 3-2.
They already walked one guy in the first inning. Now he's in danger of losing the leadoff guy here in the second.
Hit hard back up the middle. And a base hit here to open up the second.
Yeah, really not a bad pitch when you look at it. This is at the knees with some movement. He just uses the center of the diamond and checks in here with a base hit.
In now, number 11. Tries to get the bunt down here, but this is foul, and we'll see if he tries it again. Here's the 0-1. And a pitch out. Nothing doing, though, and that's ball one. One and one. Here it is. And there's ball two now.
Well, this second inning's not starting out any better than the first.
Now a throw over to first, and the runner back safely. And another throw over, keeping particularly close tabs on him. And yet another throw over, and a dive, but he's back.
Why not? Make him get dirty.
He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
Is he worrying too much about that guy on first?
I think he might be. The guys worry so much about the stolen base, but they don't realize that a walk is 10 times worse.
Inside as he nearly got him, and it's ball four.
Yep, a single and then a walk to start the inning. This is exactly how big innings get started, so they're set up now to maybe put up a crooked number here.
So striding in, number 13, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. And he takes ball one.
And that curveball still hasn't shown up yet. It's normally a real good pitch for him, but it hasn't served him well at all so far.
And a good heater as he just watches this baby, a ball and a strike.
And you know, I think it's going to be important that when guys get their pitches, they take advantage. There it looked like he was taken all the way, and he may not get another pitch that catches that much of the plate.
And he'll take a look at a strike on the inside corner. It's 1-2.
Now you can't look for a specific pitch. You just got to protect the plate.
And a slider runs away from him there, and the count levels at 2-2. A little late on the fastball, but he's able to spoil that one off, and he'll get another chance. All even at 2-2. Here it is. And a full count as that misses. It's 3-2 now.
And you can't afford another base runner here. So whatever your best pitch is, whatever one you feel most comfortable with, that's the one you want to turn to.
swung on and lifted in the air to left. Harper moves over, makes the play, one away. And the runner, not tagging, will retreat to second base. The pitcher, Chris Short, steps up to the plate in a sacrifice situation, so let's see if that is indeed on right here.
Textbook sack situation here, guys.
And the pitcher will indeed try and move his runners as he gets this one down. Only plays to first, so the pitcher does his job as it's a successful sacrifice.
And with one out already, I think they were concerned of the possibility of a double play. So they're going to let the pitcher go ahead and put one down right here. Now at least you give your leadoff guy a chance to drive in a couple runs with 2 outs.
So stepping in, number 12, as he's got a chance to tie this ball game up with that equalizing run just 90 feet away at third. First pitch on its way. Right down Broadway that time. Strike one.
Boy, and if these guys come away with nothing here, we'll have squandered a real good opportunity.
That's taken. Now it's 0-2.
And after walking him the first time around, he's all business here in the second at-bat.
He got him. And exhale as he's out of the jam and the inning is over. Phillies leave a couple. Still a 3-2 ball game. Sammy Ellis strides into the box now to lead off the home half of the second inning.
Ellis.
Into the seats, 0-1. And he falls behind 0-2. And he starts to go after it. Question was, did he hold up in time? Yes, indeed, says the third base umpire. Ready on 1-2. Still 1-2 as he fouls it away. Tries to get him to chase the curveball away, but it breaks outside. 2-2 now.
Well, these are just extra pitches adding to your pitch count. I don't see why you wouldn't just go right after him.
A full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, and that's not the pitch you want to throw on 2-2. I mean, that was so high, he didn't even have to think about swinging at it.
Into the windup, ready with the payoff pitch. Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. And he misses with it, ball 4. And a terrible start to the inning as he's walked the pitcher leading things off.
If you're looking for a good way to add to a 1-run lead, a leadoff walk never hurts. Let's see how they want to play this from here.
Pete Rose will stand in for a second time. He drew a base on balls to lead off the home first.
And you know, Matty, it was a really good at-bat he put together, too. He saw a lot of pitches, and that's exactly what you want from your leadoff guy.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Heading out towards shallow right. Callison over to his left. 1 away. Striding into the box, Tommy Harper. He reached on a single in his first try. He's set. Here it comes. Too high. 1-0. Already 40 pitches now here in the first few innings.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, he's going to have to start pitching to contact a little bit more, or else he may not make it 5 innings.
He's ready. Here's the 1-0. Now a 58-foot curveball that misses for a ball. Another 2-0 count here to begin an at-bat.
Once or twice is a pattern. More than that is a trend. And he's just not going to have much success if he keeps falling behind every hitter.
Hard liner toward short. A leaping try, but it's out of his reach and into the outfield.
I'll tell you what, if you hit a ball that the shortstop jumps for and then it winds up going all the way to the wall, you know you've smoked that thing. This is a rocket, and it's going to zip right through the alley and allow him to get into second base easily.
Into the box, number 28. And he'll watch one miss up and away for a ball, 1-0.
That high fastball is definitely a pitch guys will pop up, and that's what he's looking for on the mound. So that's good restraint to hold back and not swing.
Runners are at second and third with one down. Grounded back up the middle. A diving try, but he can't haul it in. It's through for a base hit. They're going to extend their lead as the runner scores from second. It's 5-2. And he is thrown out trying for the double, but he'll get credit for 2 RBIs here. Into the windup and the pitch. Out in front of it, strike one. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And boy, they're really giving him fits inside now as he can't get extended there, and it's 0-2 now. Seems like they're showing a lot of faith in this guy, leaving him out there.
And I think you appreciate that as a pitcher, but sometimes when you don't have it, you don't have it. Looks like this is going to be one of those times.
Curveball, but he can't get him to chase it 1-2.
And giving up hits is one thing, but judging by that pitch, he doesn't have any consistency with that release point. He's all over the place.
Breaking ball misses the corner, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Well, I'd be surprised if they go back to the curve again on 2-2. He's had a couple of pretty good looks at it at the plate.
Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. And no one can get there. It's a foul ball. And he's getting his money's worth up there now. It's full 3-2.
And this is a hallmark of this ball club. They grind out their at-bats. They're going to make you throw a ton of pitches.
Skied into straightaway right. Callison has a play. And that retires the side. The sights and sounds of a day at the ballpark. Oh, my goodness. Back with more on opening day after this. Welcome back to Cincinnati for Major League Baseball on the show from Great American Ballpark. Leading off the inning, Cookie Rojas, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
Cookie Rojas.
And that one's in on the hands to start the inning. It's ball 1.
Yeah, trying to go front door with that breaking ball. Started it a little too far inside, though.
That evens it up 1-1. Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. A quick out number 1.
Now batting, right fielder, Johnny Callison.
Settling in now, Johnny Callison. He got called out on strikes his last time through.
Well, you know, it never feels good to go down on strikes, especially looking. You wouldn't be surprised to see him be a little more aggressive in this at-bat.
And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1.
And, you know, if you're going to challenge a guy up in the zone with a fastball, why not do it on the first pitch? A lot of times he's going to be taken anyway, and you just bought yourself a strike that you can now throw anything off of.
Just a bit late, and he's fallen behind 0-2. And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2.
On 0-2, if that's a curveball, a changeup, a sinker, then maybe you get a guy to chase. But it's much easier to lay off a pitch down there when it's a straight fastball.
And, oh, look out. Up and in and nearly took his head off. I think he took a little exception to that location.
Yeah, and so would I if I was down there. If you want to work inside, that's fine. But once you get up over the letters and closer to my head, now we're talking about a different story.
Ball 3. 3-2 now.
So many times pitchers will get ahead, then they'll start to mess around, and the next thing you know, it's a full count like it is here.
Slapped hard the opposite way. But quick hands over there at third as he takes it for the second out.
Third baseman, Dick Allen.
Into the box now, Dick Allen. And he'll be looking to add on to his 2 RBIs from earlier. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And a fastball in the dirt that's taken for a ball. 2 out, nobody on. And here's a ball hit in the air. And he'll get under it to put it away in foul territory, and that ends the inning. 3 up, 3 down for Philadelphia. They trail 5-2. Johnson digs into the box in the bottom of inning number 3.
And they jumped out to that early lead, so now it's all about just adding on.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. And he gets ahead here with the fastball. Strike 1.
Now, after a rough couple of innings, you'd like to give your guy a chance to straighten himself out here, but I also think you got to keep your options open in case he just doesn't have it.
And this catches the zone as well. It's 0-2 now.
You can tell he's still frustrated after that first called strike. That's still on his mind.
Lays off that time, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, that's the put-away curveball. A great pitch with 2 strikes. You start it in the zone and then let it work out and see if he'll chase.
Lofted in the air out toward right center. Callison shading to his right. And that's the first out of the inning.
Now batting,
Tony Perez is into the box for his second at-bat. He popped out into foul territory his first time up.
Yeah, his swing definitely broke down a little bit last time. He got way underneath the ball. It'll be interesting to see if he can make that adjustment and stay on top of the ball here.
He'll start him with a fastball down and in for a ball. 1-0. Not close. It's 2-0. Seems like there have been quite a few of these easy takes here in these first few innings.
Actually, a lot of easy takes. He's making it much too simple for these guys to get into good hitters counts.
And that's taken for a strike on the inside corner. 2-1. And that's in there above the belt, so it's even now. 2-2. Fastball, strike 3 called as he couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away.
Oh, that's a nice comeback from down in the count, 2-0. He doesn't panic. He doesn't just start laying pitches in there. He had a good plan to start with, and then he executed that plan all the way through the at-bat.
Into the box now, number 9. As he swings at the first pitch and lifts a fly ball out to left field. Johnson is camped under this one, and that will retire the side. So they're held in check here this half of the inning. 3 innings complete. The Reds are on top, 5-2. Dick Stewart is ready here as we begin the top of the fourth.
And right here is an important time for them to climb back into this one. They definitely want to even this one up sooner rather than later.
Outside target here, and he hits it for strike one. And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1.
Yeah, he's not really getting on top of that curveball right now, and that's going to get him into trouble if he keeps leaving it up there like that.
A little behind on that swing, and now he'll try to shorten up maybe and protect the plate. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. And another foul ball. 1-2, here it comes. Chop foul at the plate. It'll remain 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And he'll lay off the curveball that's in the dirt that time, and it's back to even now at 2-2.
Well, he might have just said, look, you're going to have to take this one because you ain't fouling that one off.
Hit to short. Cardenas comes up with it. Throw to first in time. 1 gone here in the fourth.
Now batting, left fielder, Alex Johnson.
Digging in, Alex Johnson. He singled his last time up. Here comes the first pitch. First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball 1. And they won't get him to chase the curveball in the dirt that time, and it's 2-0 now.
2 times here they've gone away, both pretty easy takes. And as a hitter, now I'm thinking it might be time they try to bust something inside.
Strike called, 2-1. A pretty dangerous spot for that one.
I don't think it was by design. It's one thing to miss your spots out of the zone, but when you miss in the zone, especially up, that's when you tend to get hurt.
Trying to shave that outside corner with the fastball, and he missed it. It's 3-1 now. Number 11 is on deck. Fastball is taken for a strike, and he runs it full 3-2.
I tell you, he's got a good pace, a good tempo to him out there right now.
2 runs on 2 hits, and no errors on the ledger for the Phillies to this point. Lined hard toward right center, and that's into the outfield for a 1-out base hit.
You talk about getting the bat head out in front. This is rifled up the middle. Can't square up a baseball any better than that.
First things first, here's a throw over. A dive, but he's back.
Got a pretty good lead right there.
Standing in now, number 11, towards second. A screaming base hit here, his first of the night.
You could see him just basically jumping at that first pitch. He pulls it into right field for a solid base hit.
Stepping in now, number 13, as he'll take a look at ball 1. Hits are now even at 4 apiece. Ooh, and he finds his spot there, 1-1. Foul right at the plate. The count moves now to 1-2. Tried to shoot the corner and he missed it. 2-2.
Boy, that's a good take there. I don't think I could have laid off that one.
grounder hit hard down the first baseline, but a foul ball as it holds it 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. And that misses, so it's a full count, 3-2.
Boy, nothing's really come easy for him so far on the mound. He's had to work for everything, and now he's got to deal with another full count.
Swing and a miss on the fastball that time, out number 2.
Well, that could have been the turning point right there. I mean, this is a spot where you at least got to put that ball in play. Now with 2 outs, that rally could go right down the tubes.
Chris Short gets a shot here with 2 on and 2 out here in the 4th.
And a big 2-out at-bat right here. You know, it's still early in this game, but you don't want to have to look back on this as a major missed opportunity later on.
Watches a fastball right there for strike 1.
Well, this guy has thrown a first pitch strike to about 50% of the batters he's faced. He's pitching well, but those numbers could be pumped up a little bit.
Here's one that misses high. It's 1-1. 4th inning here, already a 5-2 score. In for a strike, and he jumps ahead 1-2 now.
Oof. What a time to call on that.
Ready to deliver the 1-2. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. Back-to-back strikeouts keep him out of danger. More opening day baseball coming up following this. Leo Cardenas is set to lead us off in the home half of the 4th inning. Now some action in the Phillies bullpen as a right-hander begins to crank it up out there. And he starts the number 8 hitter with a strike, 0-1. Chopped weakly to the left. Only chance is a bare hand. He's out.
Oh, what a play. And you know, sometimes these guys make it look so easy, we forget how difficult it is to make a play like that. Not only did he barehand this ball, but he also made a sweet throw on the run over to first base. So often you'll see a guy airmail or short hop a throw like that because of the bad grip you have on the ball. But not in this case. That's a nice play.
In now, Sammy Ellis, as with 1 away, he won't catch up with the fastball, and it's 0-1. Bases are empty, 1 man out. And he takes this one high, 1-1. Now a swing and a miss, and he's behind 1-2.
Well, if he's going to overcommit to pitches like that down in the zone, I'd keep throwing him until he proves he can lay off.
Oh, and he can't catch up to the fastball as he swings and misses for the 2nd out.
It just overmatched him there. It's a 1-2 fastball, and this is right by him. Absolutely no contest.
Rose.
Into the box, Pete Rose. Hard hit ball to second. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. We played 4 full. It's the Reds 5 and the Phillies 2. John Briggs will step in now to lead off the inning as his guys look to maybe break the rut they've been stuck in.
Yeah, and after that first inning, it's been all zeros since. And once he kind of got settled into that groove, he's been a difficult nut to crack.
First delivery to him on the way. And here's a fastball called for strike 1. Might have thought about it here, but he lays off the breaking ball inside. It's even at 1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. 1-2 now as this catches the outer half. He pulls this one into right, and a base hit, so the leadoff man is on to begin the inning.
Trying to change the eye level there. After the fastball up, they come right back with an off-speed pitch at the knees. But he stays right on it, drives it for a base hit.
Cookie Rojas will stand in now, hoping to get on top of one for a change. He's popped out in successive plate appearances.
Well, Matt, so much of hitting is being able to make the necessary adjustments, and he needs to make one here.
And he starts him out with a strike on the outer half.
Oof. That is one of the best he's thrown this afternoon.
And it's quickly 0-2. Fastball. Whoa, look out. That just about got him in the coconut.
He did not like that one bit. Now, it's one thing to work in with the hard stuff, but don't do it around the dome.
Protecting with 2 strikes, went out of the zone that time, but he stays alive. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Breaking ball. That's in the dirt as he takes a ball.
Keep in mind now, the longer this at-bat goes, the higher the likelihood that this becomes his last inning out there.
Just out in front of that one, still 2-2. We're in the 5th inning here. 5-2 is our score. Line drive to left, and that'll get down for a base hit.
Still fairly early in the game, but these guys don't want to let this 3-run deficit get any worse. Back-to-back hits here, going to bring the tying run to the plate with nobody out.
Johnny Callison will dig in now. He struck out and lined out in his first 2 at-bats.
Yeah, he hit that ball pretty hard on the line out. He just couldn't get it to fall for him.
Now this is up and in, and I don't think he likes that location much. It's ball 1.
Well, be careful not to airmail that thing over your catcher's head. You got to make sure you don't overthrow it.
And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
And you can tell he's starting to get a little jumpy out there. He's got to take his time and really focus in on the glove.
None out, runners at first and second. Late swing on the hitter's count. Still a good count for him now, however, at 2-1. A swing, and he pops him up on the infield, and the infield fly rule will be in effect here.
Now batting, third baseman
Dick Allen will step in now in a big spot here with runners on.
And keep in mind, he's got a home run here already. If he gets a hold of another one, he could tie up this ball game.
From the stretch, here's the pitch. Breaking ball for a strike. 0-1. EK, the starter, creeping up on 100 pitches now, but that number alone doesn't appear to be affecting him too much at all.
Yeah, he still looks sharp. Still, with the way that teams handle pitchers nowadays, I don't think he'll wind up going much further.
Off the plate and in. It's a ball and a strike. And now the Reds are going to get the bullpen moving here, and it's a lefty and a right-hander up and throwing. Hit hard up the middle, and that'll just elude his outstretched glove for a base hit. Long throw to the plate, and he is in there.
This guy has certainly been a tough out so far. He follows up that home run from earlier with his third RBI of the ballgame.
Dick Stewart will dig in for the third time now. He struck out and bounced out in his first 2 trips. First offering on its way. First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball 1.
That last pitch puts him at 100, so that probably makes this his last inning, even if he makes it all the way through.
The 1-0 delivery. Oh, and trouble lurking now. He's got it to 2-0.
Well, I'm no pitching coach, but I can see that shoulder starting to fly open a little. That ball's really taken off on him.
Three and 0 now. The alarm bells are ringing now.
They're getting louder and louder, too.
And there's a strike as he'll try to work his way back. It's 3-1.
Yeah, he needed that one to avoid loading the bases, but it's still a long road back from here.
3 runs, 7 hits, and no errors on the ledger for the Phillies to this point. There's the good fastball, and he can't catch up. 3-2.
There's not a whole lot of conviction in that swing. It was almost like an afterthought, like an emergency hack.
And he misses with that one. Ball 4, and that's going to load the bases now with still only 1 away.
Well, we knew he had to work carefully with the runner in scoring position, but I don't think a walk was what he had in mind. That's going to make things just a little trickier now with the bases loaded.
Alex Johnson digs in, coming off a single in his last at-bat.
Yeah, and just another simple single to the outfield here would be big for these guys. It could score, too.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0.
All right, you're down 2 here. You've got the tying runs in scoring position with 1 out. This has to be a productive at-bat. Even if you don't reach base, you've got to get that guy in from third.
Hit in the air out to left field. Harper is under it. He gets there to make the catch, but this should bring home a run as the runner tags from third. And they're not going to get him as he's in there to score.
And at the very least, that's what he's up there hoping to do, and that's hit the ball in the air somewhere. So nice job to pick up that runner from third, although the other 2 runners have to stay put now with 2 away.
Number 11 digs in, and we'll see what he can do here with 2 on and 2 out here in the 5th.
Yeah, a couple of ducks on the pond out there looking to make that trip home. This is a big 2-out AB right here, guys.
Just got a piece up the line. And he'll take no chances here as he swipes this ball away. It stays a foul ball. Trying to hold the lead. That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. You see anything mechanically that leaps out at you about what might be going wrong?
I just kind of think he's overthinking things out there. You hear catchers talk about telling pitchers to trust their stuff, and I think right now he's just not trusting his stuff.
Pulls this one into the air out into right field. And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning. So 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base. Home half of the 5th coming up. It's the Reds 5 and the Phillies 4. Tommy Harper comes to the plate as we get started here in the bottom of the 5th.
Well, you know, he's been on base twice in this one already, so let's see if he can do it again.
First pitch of the at-bat. And that misses inside. 1-0.
And this is a really important inning for him right here. Your guys go out there and get you a couple runs. You want to throw up a 0, come back in and see if they can't get you some more.
Fastball in there for a strike. 92 on the radar gun that time. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
And when you need a shutdown inning, a leadoff walk's not on the agenda. You better bear down right here.
And there's a called strike at the knees as he was hoping for a base on balls there, but it's a full count now, 3-2.
Yeah, and it seems like he kind of got away from that pitch here in the last few innings. You got to think about bringing that one right back.
Pulled high in the air out to left field. Johnson will wait on it. 1 down.
Now batting.
It's fair to say that early on at least, the runs have come in bunches here this afternoon. A high-scoring affair thus far, and we're only in the 5th inning. Number 28 stands in. Hit sharply on the ground. Rojas is there in time to first, and there are 2 away.
Right fielder number 20, Frank Robinson.
Frank Robinson will stand in. He flew out his last time up.
And that's just not really his game. Anytime he keeps it on the ground, he's got a pretty good chance of beating out a hit.
And a fastball's in there for strike 1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. A little quick on that swing, and he finds himself behind 0-2. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again. Here's the 0-2. Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. Reds are down in order. They lead it 5-4. Roger Craig will get the call here as he'll start the 6th inning on the mound.
37, Roger Craig.
Number 13 will dig in. 0 for 2 in the ballgame.
Philadelphia, shortstop, number 13.
And the first pitch of the inning here misses down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. Hit out towards second. Rose fields it cleanly. Throw to first gets him, so the leadoff man's retired here to begin the 6th.
Now batting, pitcher
Tony Gonzalez will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher.
Number 25, Tony Gonzalez.
And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1. One out, nobody on. And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball. Hitters count now. Here's the 2-1. Changeup called a strike, and he comes back even at 2-2.
And you can see him shaking his head out there. I think he felt that one was a little bit low, and you know what? He may have had a case.
Ooh, he saws him off with that one. But this is going to be a foul ball as that keeps things at 2-2.
Well, you take a swing at a pitch like that, you're lucky that you only got sawed off. He's going to have to go find himself another piece of lumber.
And that misses there, so he runs the count full now.
And there you see the leadoff man on deck. And, you know, they'd love to get someone on base when this lineup turns over.
And now a slider in there for a called third strike, and there are 2 gone now.
Boy, that's a tight little slider right there. It looked like it was going to be a ball, but then you can see the hard biting movement come back, and it winds up just catching that outside corner.
Into the box now, John Briggs, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. Two out, nobody on. Lifted the other way to left center. Number 28 is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. Phillies down in order, and the deficit holds at 5-4. Jenkins will come on now as he'll start out the bottom of the 6th.
Number 46.
Johnson will dig in now. A single and a fly out for him in 2 trips thus far.
And you know, I think he's had a good approach in each of his first 2 at-bats. He seems to be seeing the ball well and putting some decent swings on it.
And this is taken outside for ball 1. Fastball got him to swing through it. It's 1-1.
100 miles an hour is hard. A high 100, impossible to get on top of.
Has to reach for that one as he fouls it away to the right side. It's 1-2 now. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. And he reaches for one out of the zone and misses rather badly for the first out. And with strike 3 recorded there, he's notched his first career punch out. You can bet his club is hoping for a lot more of that going forward.
Well, if he can become a consistent strikeout pitcher, you have to figure his career is going to be a solid one. Many of the best pitchers at this level have at least one put-away pitch that they can go to in tough situations. So we'll see if he becomes one of those guys as his career goes along.
Stepping in now, Tony Perez, as the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Lays off a fastball that doesn't miss by much, and it's 2-0. And he watches this one in there for a high strike.
I think he had to take that one because I'm not even sure he saw it.
Smoked on the ground up the middle. And that is through into center field for a 1-out single.
A good job here. Stays inside the ball well, doesn't roll over, and just shoots this ball right back up the middle.
Number 9 will stand in here, 0 for 2 on the afternoon so far.
Not the kind of day he was hoping for. So let's see if he can get something going right here.
And look out as that fastball ran in and got him. Ouch, man.
And I think there's 2 ways you can kind of look at this hit by pitch. On the one hand, it's a little suspicious simply because these guys have scored so many runs already. But at the same time, at some point, you've got to put a stop to guys diving out over the plate. And this may be that time.
In now, Leo Cardenas, as he'll take a look at a pitch too low. It's ball 1. Line toward the gap in left center. And that finds the outfield grass for a base hit. And the run is in to score from second. Johnny Edwards will grab a bat and hit for the pitcher here.
Number 6, Johnny Edwards.
Chop foul at the plate, strike one. Up the middle and off the pitcher's leg. Thankfully, he's able to recover, and he gets the second out at first. And with that play over now, time to check and see if our man is all right. You can really see him favoring that leg, and that is his plant leg, which is always a concern. But from the way he's acting out there, I think it looks like he's going to be okay to try and continue. Pete Rose will stand in here. 0 for 2 with a run scored so far. And ball 4 here on the intentional walk, so now they'll have a force at any base with 2 gone.
Yeah, they decide they don't even want to mess around with this guy. With his track record, it's hard to say you blame him. Let somebody else beat you.
Tommy Harper steps into the box here in one of the bigger spots in the ballgame so far. Bases juiced now with 2 away.
Yeah, and this is one of those make-or-break moments in a ballgame, Matt. You don't want to let an opportunity like this in the middle innings get away from you.
Inside with the slider, and that'll back him up a bit. And boys, probably a handful of deserving candidates for our top player of the game award, but what do you say we go ahead and give it to the man who shut the